everyone. Time for lesson 23. So what are we talking about today? Well, pretty simple. I'll give you a break from that circle of fists thing I've been talking about in the theory lessons. Today we're just going to take it easy and we're going to talk about dynamics. What dynamics tell you is how loud or how soft to play, and I'll explain more. So here comes the lesson. Okay, back at our, I always say back at our favorite place. I hope it is your favorite place, but I understand if you have others that are a little bit higher up on your list. But anyway, we're back at the keyboard once again with some new things, very simple things, but they are worth noting because they show up in music all the time. And they are really what gives music a bit of character. There are actually quite a few things that do that, other than just playing notes. There's a little bit more to it than that. But I'll introduce the stuff slowly so it won't melt your brain. So anyway, we have P here. That's a symbol, actually, and that stands for something. That actually stands for piano. So you're thinking, well, isn't that what we're playing? Well, yes. Anyway, what we're talking about today in general are what's called dynamics. And dynamics, what they do is they tell you how loud or how soft to play. So this P here stands for piano, like I said, and that means soft. I believe the correlation here, the reason that this is piano and the thing you play is called a piano, is because the modern piano was really, or at least the first kind of piano was the forte piano, and it was really one of the first instruments that could play loud and both soft. Before that, you had the harpsichord, which could play only at one loudness level, and that was for more of a closed room environment. The piano's more for can play in a closed room environment, but also a grand concert hall or big concert hall. So when the piano was invented, you could play loud or soft. I believe that's where why the terminology is the same here for this soft. And here for the piano being one of the first keyboard instruments that could play softer. So anyway, P, piano, soft. Got it? Let's look at the next one. I want to do this one next. So let's set that aside so we don't go over it again. Here we go. Now, you have an F. F stands for forte. Forte means loud. So remember, P, piano, soft. F, forte, loud. A lot of people want to say that F means fast. Not quite. So just keep that a mental note in your mind that that's what it is. So here we have MP. This stands for is mezzo piano. So anytime you put an M in front of one of these Fs or Ps, it will make it medium. So in the case of mezzo piano, that's actually going to be a little bit louder than soft. It's more towards the middle. So when you have MF, mezzo forte, or you can think of it as medium forte, that's actually going to be less loud than forte to meet more in the middle. So remember that MP is louder than piano, because it's meeting in the middle. Hopefully that makes sense to you. And then MF is less than forte, than loud, because it's coming back to the middle, because it's already on the loud end of things. So you can think of it like that. Let's take a look at this. We have double F. Some people call it double forte. I call it, and a lot of other people call it fortissimo. Fortissimo, when you put two together, you can kind of think of like when you add one in one of another thing, you get more of it, right? So this is louder, really. Fortissimo, is very loud. And you can have triple Fs that will be very, very loud as you possibly can play. So there should be a double P here. I am missing it at the moment, but take my word for it, there is a double P. It looks like this, but with two P. That is called pianissimo, and that means very soft. So let's try this one. A new one, kind of. Actually, let's do this one first. This one You can kind of think of this as a volume bar. See how it's very close together here? You can think of the volume being very small, and then it widens here, so the volume is getting more and more. So that's what that means. You start off soft and you get louder, and that is called a crescendo. And the next one, the opposite way, notice how it's large at first and then gets smaller. That's going to go from loud to softer, and that is called a decrescendo, or it's also called a diminuendo. So let's go over these one last time. Let's see, get these in order. Here we go. So here's what we first talked about. Think about it for a second. What is it? That's right, it's piano, and that means, think about it, soft, to play softly. So maybe, not as soft as you possibly can. That would be double P, but certainly soft. Loud, forte, is what this is, and it means loud. And you play it with a little more oomph, the keyboard. Not as loud as you can. Fortissimo, almost as loud as you can. Really smack that keyboard, and that will that signifies to play very loudly. Fortissimo. Mezzo forte, or you can think of it as medium forte, is it louder than loud or less loud than loud? That's a really weird way to phrase it. Hopefully you said it's less loud. I should have said less loud than forte, because that's what it is. So you're at loud and you're bringing it back more towards the middle spectrum. You can think of it like that. Lastly, not so lastly, man, I'm all over the place today, sorry. So we have mezzo piano, or MP. Think of it as medium piano. And that means you're going to be playing louder than piano or softer than piano. Think about it for a second. Little louder than piano because you're starting at the soft and you're coming up to the middle range of the what's called the dynamics, which is how loud you play. So crescendo, get louder. Diminuendo, get softer. So there you go. You can rewind anytime through the video to get a better understanding of what I'm talking about. I will add these into our playing examples. Let's see, when was that going to start? Oh yeah, right now. So we have example 1, lesson 23 here. Piano. So we have, or some people say piano. So we have a P here right in the beginning, and it doesn't change. So that means that this whole piece we're going to be playing soft. Now this piece should be very easy if you've looked at all the lessons up till now. I'm not going to go through it note by note. You can do that on your own. I will post this to the wiki soon, so you can look for it there and print it out. So I'm just going to play through it. Like I say, you can look up the notes and figure that out on your own, hopefully. So here we're going to start. So we have 4/4, 4 beats in a measure. I think you get the idea by now. So here it goes. So there you go. That should do it for example 1. That was soft the whole way. Okay, example 2, forte. That means loud. That's right. And this is the exact same example we've just played, so very easy. Basically, these next, we have 4 examples today. These examples are just really to get the idea, playing loud and playing soft and things in between. So here we go, forte, loud. There you go. Let's do the next one, number 3. Let's see what kind of fantastic wizardry we have going on here. So lesson 3, crescendo. So here we have, look at the beginning, we have piano, means soft, and then we're getting louder and louder until we get to forte in the 3rd measure. So it should sound a little bit like this. There you go. Soft to loud. Alright, breezing right through these. Let's see the next one. Here we go. Example 4, decrescendo or diminuendo. So here we have fortissimo in the beginning, very loud. And then we're getting down to about mezzo forte, so kind of medium loud. We're not getting to, piano or pianissimo. So there's not going to be a huge difference, but there is going to be one. So here we go. So there we go. There's what we talked about today, plus 4 examples. Just remember P, piano, soft, F, forte, loud. Anytime you put M in front of a letter, it makes it medium. And that made something different for piano forte. You can go back and look at that. Anytime you put 2 next to each other, 2 P's or 2 F's, that kind of makes it more so. So if you have piano, soft, and you have 2 together, that's pianissimo. So that's going to be very soft. If you have forte and you double it, that's fortissimo, and that is very loud. So that's all we're going to talk about today. I think that's enough, and I'll see you for the outro. Okay, that wraps up lesson 23. All we talked about today were dynamics. Remember P, piano, soft. F, the F symbol is forte, stands for loud. Anytime you put M in front of it, that means mezzo or medium, I'd say. And anytime you put 2 together, that kind of amplifies it one way or another. So if you have P for piano and you put 2 of them together, that's even softer. But if you have F forte, you put 2 of them together, that's going to be even louder. So pretty simple, but if you want to go through and watch the video again to make sure you have a pretty firm understanding of what we talked about, you're free to do that. But anyway, that wraps up lesson 23. Thanks for all the nice comments and subscriptions and things. If you want to keep doing that, you can. If not, that's okay. But anyway, hopefully I helped you out, and I'll see you for lesson 24.